Yeah. Club 50 Sports back in the building, right here, back at you. We're happy to be here for another week. You didn't miss us, did you? Well, we back. My man, Manny C, as always, talk to the people. What's going on? We got a lot of sports talk to go.
Adam, we are back, Adam. And yes, Adam, the NBA is here with us, Adam. We are happy. It felt great listening again to that NBC song that we have missed for like the past 23 seasons. Man, how time flies in life, man. So let's get to it, Adam. Let's talk a little bit about sports, man.
All right, let's rock. You brought up the NBA, but we're not going there first. We're going to the National Football League, and we are going to discuss the last place Minnesota Vikings. So, as we know, the Minnesota Vikings and the Lions were jockeying for position last year. The Lions ultimately won the division the last week of the season by defeating the Minnesota Vikings. And then the Minnesota Vikings went into the first week of the playoffs and lost, ending Sam Darnold's tenure as the
Yeah.
starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. It's been quite the roller coaster ride since then. Once again, J.J. McCarthy, now the rookie quarterback, played 2 games, had 7 bad quarters, 1 good quarter, and the roller coaster continues now as they sit in last place in the NFC North. Manny, passing the baton to you. I've already set up the stage. Now I want to hear what you got to say. Did the Minnesota Vikings make the right choice letting Sam Darnold walk?
Adam, I think they made a mistake, Adam. They made a mistake, Adam. Um, he won you 14 games last year, and let's not forget that. I think this was gonna be his second year in the system with Kevin O'Connell. Um, I don't see why they didn't give him a chance to at least give him like a 2 year deal, put it to you $100 million fully guaranteed to see if he's truly like the future because he's still young, Adam. You know, Mike McCarthy, Adam, is I never thought for him to be a game changer ever since he was in college. You know that
J,
Jim Harbaugh.
J.J. McCarthy, not
That's
Mike.
right,
J.
McCarthy. That's right. That's really right, Adam. Adam, watching this kid in Michigan, Adam, with Jim Harbaugh. He's a game manager, Adam. He and you know that Jim Harbaugh likes to run the ball and play defense, Adam. That's what they did at Michigan. Like those years that he was starting for the Wolverines. You know, I'm not gonna throw Santa at the guy for saying that he might turn out to be like a Josh Allen or like a Joe Burrow. But I truly would have given Sam Darnold Adam at least 2 more years to see where we stand because what could have been? Sam Darnold is 5-2 with the Seahawks. They're playing great. They're playing great these days. And Minnesota Vikings, they're like, hopefully we didn't make a little boo boo with this draft pick because this can set us back a couple of years. And mind you, you got Jordan Addison and you got Jefferson. I don't know. I just do not know. I think Minnesota could have probably been like right now, like also 5-2 or maybe 6-1. Adam. I think they could have done better right as of right now. I think Sam Darnold is the better pro than JJ McCarthy. Adam, what do you say, Adam?
Well, that's the question mark, right? So the answer to this question is not going to be answered necessarily this year. The answer to this question is going to be answered down the line. If we're going off of preliminary um, looks at it, yeah, it looks like they made a big mistake with Sam Darnold going over to Seattle and basically having an instant connection with Jackson Smith and Jigba, who, these two guys look like they've been playing football together forever. Usually it takes a little bit of time for a quarterback and a wide receiver to get their timing down and, to kind of sync themselves to one another. But these guys look like peas and carrots. You know what I mean? Jackson Smith and Jigba is looking like one of, if not the best wide receiver in the game right now. And that's not hyperbole or anything like that. This kid's playing some excellent football. Um, if you look at JJ McCarthy on the other end, again, 8 quarters of football, 7 bad quarters,
Yeah.
one good quarter the first week of the season, and we were ready to crown this guy, you know what I mean, the next Joe Montana, um, or the next coming of Tom Brady because of the way that he showed that resiliency to come back in that game. But ultimately, right now, the Vikings aren't even trying to rush this kid back. They're like, no, we're going to give him some time. So I'm kind of thinking, like, is Kevin O'Connor like coming to an understanding that they're like, oh, well, he has a hangnail, or, oh, no, yeah, he has an ingrown in his beard, so we're not going to play him this week. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? And you don't hear anything about his progress, about them trying to get him back into the mix. So I think that they might want to sit him for another year, which would have come in handy to have a Sam Darnold there right now. Unfortunately, they did let him walk because the money was gonna talk. But you also have to kind of like figure at least that window of you not paying JJ McCarthy and paying the quarterback isn't the worst thing in the world, especially when you have a window right now to win with two great wide receivers on well, I won't say great, but you got Justin Jefferson, which is, I mean, a stud in this league. I don't think that there was any reason to kind of like let him go just because you weren't paying JJ yet. So what's so bad about paying Sam Darnold a couple of years, big money?
Oh yeah, Adam, and to be honest with you, I don't think he averaged 50. I don't think Seattle paying 50, an average of 50 mil. I think he came a little tad short under 50, which they got him for a good deal. It's just
Yeah, yeah. They Seattle got him for a discounted rate. He's
right.
not making like Tua type money because everybody was saying that it was just a small sample size. We only saw Sam Darnold last year, so nobody was going to go out there and give him Dak Prescott or Patrick Mahomes or Tua money. Which I don't even know why Greer did that because that was stupid. But that's besides the point. That's another conversation. But Seattle got him at a pretty discounted rate, and I think that Minnesota, he may have even given him like a little home discount just because he was already in the system, and what I mean, he had a good season with them. He might have even taken a small discount just to stay, but I don't even think that they really went into contract negotiations with him. I think that they already felt like JJ McCarthy was their guy, and they kind of moved on in their minds already before they even sat down at the table.
Yeah, Adam. It's unfortunate, Adam. But I'm happy for Sam Darnold, Adam. He's having a rebirth of uh of a career the past 2 seasons, and I'm hoping he does keep it up because he was highly touted at USC coming out of college. So let's just hope that he keeps it up. As guys, let us know what you think. You think that should the Vikings have kept him or let him walk for JJ McCarthy? Guys, please let us know, comment, and please like the content as Fluffy the Sports will be right back.